As you know, it's an incredible anniversary today. Every one of us that's over the age of probably 13 can remember exactly what was going on 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I had just resigned the church I'd been at for a long time and committed to coming over to Little Elm for ministry. And I was awakened. Gretchen was coming back from school and she said, "There's something, a plane hit a building in New York." And so I ran in and watched the smoke and the fire, and just like everybody else, didn't know really what was going on until that second plane flew in on live television and hit. And everything changed. And I don't know that I got out of that chair most of that day. And just everything was different. And I think it's really important that we go back and we look at these big moments that kind of transform. You know what? It's funny. There's a nation is really many nations. And in a moment like this is when we really become a nation. And a lot of things are shown very clearly that maybe aren't shown so clearly at other times. And so I think it's really, really important that we go back and kind of look. What does God have to say about these kinds of crises? And you know, we've got a variety of people in our church, and I wanted to ask Julio Diaz, who was on active duty Navy 10 years ago, would you come and share what your experience was like 10 years ago? Where'd that microphone go? There it is. This one? Yeah.
Test. Always got to do that. All right. I thought hard on what I was going to say up here today. But I'll start this way. I'll give you a before, during, and after. Before, we had left an aircraft carrier battle group left Hawaii to go to the Gulf of Iraq and go fight the war in Iraq. September 11th, your time, we were still on our way. September 12th, my time, is when it actually happened for us, because we're on the other side of the date line. But anyway, we're in the evening, everybody was settling down on the ship. I was on a destroyer. We were 300 miles south of India, heading towards the Gulf of Iraq. And as we were all settling down for the evening, watching TV, playing cards, reading on the computer, so forth, so on, someone says, "Look," and points at the TV. Can you hear me? Okay. Points at the TV. Thank you. I'm not used to putting it next to my mouth. Anyway, and we all looked at the TV. We're in the mess hall. And I remember just looking up and going, "That's crazy. I've never seen that movie before." That's all I could think about. I've never seen that movie before. And we just kept watching. And we said, "Well, wait a minute. That's Fox News." And again, I kept telling myself, what is this movie about? And as we're all watching it, because we didn't know what was going on, immediately after that, the captain of the ship came over the loudspeaker and said, "No one will be able to communicate with your families or anyone through internet or phones until further notice." And when we heard that, we knew something happened. What we saw, I finally realized it was for real. And all I could think about was my wife. And I just wondered, she's there all alone. that night I sat down, although we couldn't send out emails, I sat down and wrote an email to her. And I hit send. But it wasn't going to go anywhere until they opened up the lines. And so, again, like I said, we're 300 miles south of India. The next day, going full blast, we were off the coast of Afghanistan. And we were ordered to shoot all our missiles. And I've been in the Navy. I was in the Navy at 20 years at that point. And it was unbelievable because I'd never seen an attack on our own nation. I've seen attacks, don't get me wrong, but not on our own nation. And to see those buildings crumble in front of my eyes on a TV, and I'm capable to do anything, especially for my wife. Now, I wrote this. My wife doesn't know this. The email that I sent her, when she finally received it, she replied to it. And it wasn't any better than anybody could do, I don't think. But it's written here, we put it on and framed it. And I'm going to try to read it without getting emotional.
Good luck with that.
All right. And it says, now remember, I wrote it the night and sent it the day that we found out. And it said, a brave sailor writes to her, I wish I were there to hold you. I wish I were there to comfort you. I wish I were there to protect you from all of the dangers out there. I wish I were there so you can enjoy your freedom to come and go. I wish I were there so you can sleep at night without fear. I wish I were there. That's what I wrote. And later, she replied back, and she said, I love him. And lovingly, she replies to him, you are here to comfort me, to comfort my thoughts as I think about your words of wisdom. You are here holding me in my dreams while I replay your warmth and touch. You are here protecting me in spirit from a distance as you face the enemy. You are here as I come and go with the gift of freedom that you have helped provide. You are here while I sleep, taking away the fear, because the love you give me leaves an imprint in my heart that takes the miles away. You are here. And it was dated September 2001. And it was between the two of us from thousands and thousands of miles away from each other. So that was my experience before, during,